Hi, this is Jesse Cranio again, coming to you for one more episode of Desperate Teachers, with recipes, relief and support for developing and tired teachers. In this podcast, we look at how teachers can improve and further their teaching, while making teaching more successful for teachers and students. This podcast is for English teachers and teachers at large everywhere, whatever you may be teaching or contemplating to teach. Desperate Teachers is helping teachers teach, because teachers have questions too. This material is copyright on all known supports and all supports to come. Today, we look at opening and developing the course, laying down the tracks for a course. Implementing a training course imposes a systematically organized process. Nothing happens by chance, at random. Everything happens for a reason. Anything can happen, and this is precisely why we don't want to take any chances with the development of a course. Clients are demanding, and so they should be, and time is not always on our side, and usually not on our clients. A few simple rules can be followed to take both teachers and students to somehow easily achieve high results. The teacher freshly endowed with a diploma or certificate often finds himself or herself taken aback by the actual facts of teaching. No matter how strong the training, no matter how good the students, the hard reality of teaching can come as quite a blow. That's precisely where the teachers stop learning. And yet, that's where it all starts. Assessing the level and the needs, designing a course to meet the objectives, taking the students through the motions of learning, preparing for exams. Teachers should also ensure they get total adhesion to partner with their students. After introducing himself or herself, the teacher needs to present the subject and the approach recommended, and then move on to the audit and the profiling of the course. This is far too often overlooked. Yet, when we cook, we taste what we are preparing, and nobody would buy clothes without trying them on. Not one single client enjoys going into a restaurant and be force-fed the food he or she hasn't ordered. The same goes for teaching. The teacher is going to spend some time with the students and needs to show he or she is going to make it worth their while. So it's up to the teacher to explain the drill. Always give them the whats, the hows and the whys. If in doubt, put yourself in your students' shoes. I always try to give the course I would love to have, and I have always worshipped learning. I am a forever student. Another good indicator is the teacher should enjoy his class as much as the students. Teaching is a great job and can be lots of fun. Laying down the tracks is something I learned from my catering family. The secret of a job well done is all down to good preparation. Laying down the tracks really paves the way to success. Opening the course. The comprehensive teacher opens the course by introducing himself or herself, asking about the students and needs and objectives. All this is first meant to create rapport. I live to develop a partnership with my students. I first ask them about themselves, their needs, their objectives, their likes and dislikes in learning and or teaching and English. Have they and how have they already studied English before? Their attitudes towards languages and culture. Why they need to learn English. And what they like best about learning. Do they listen to songs in English? And what and who sings them? Then I introduce myself, talk about my curriculum and experience, and introduce my teaching approach and tools after the test, and suggest an album or list of songs to work with alongside the lessons. Remember to take this time at the very beginning upon the first meeting. Time is never wasted when it is well invested. All this will create a positive teaching, learning, worthy atmosphere, a confident rapport, and lay down the tracks. Iron out the rough spots. Students need to be reassured and know who they're working with to establish rapport and partnership. I will always tell my student that they can do it, that whatever they do, they can only get better, and that they will always leave my classes knowing more than when they walked in, and make sure they do. If the students haven't been tested yet, I have them take the test and organize the levels with them, as per what is relevant in the test section of this podcast. Developing the course. If developing the course really starts the minute you first meet your students, from the introduction and the original audit, every lesson should ideally be in 3 parts. The first part is about activating or reactivating past acquisitions. The second part is about offering the development of the actual knowledge. The third and final part is where the teacher suggests further consolidation and learning, and closes the session with a link to the next lesson. In the first part, the teacher should invite students to first ask questions if they have any. Then the students are asked about what was dealt with in the previous lesson, giving the teacher the opportunity to check on progress. In the second part, it is up to the teacher to offer material to further the skills of the students by offering additional material to work on, for the students to gain language expertise. In the third part, the teacher will extend the acquisition through practice and round up what was done in the lesson and has been done so far, to take questions on the lesson before he or she suggests homework and extension of the work done, additional learning until the next lesson. Closing the course. The end of the course is as important as the beginning. It makes the course come a full circle and wraps it up as well as opens doors for likely future or further collaboration. Personally, I make sure the design of every one of my courses includes this from the beginning and through the teaching approach I apply. So I don't overlook anything and the students know exactly where they are at any time. And it's never out of sight, so never out of mind. Take last questions as some might have been overlooked, and some answers may need repeating or strengthening. Acknowledge progress together, and if possible, test again and give a written track record of the course and progress. Give tips for further command and or maintenance of the language. Take leave while, if possible, keep in touch. There are a number of ways you can keep in touch, and students may even bounce back and or recommend your services. I happen to have a number of my students who decide to renew or further their course with me, and even recommend colleagues or relatives. Changing course. On a few occasions, have I had students who confided in me that they were actually leaving the company and changing jobs, which meant their course had to be revisited or even redesigned to serve their new needs in their future jobs. That is one of the facts the teachers have to face and must show reactivity. The best option here is to go back to square one from where they're at now, to revisit the priorities and outline a new design of needs to work on and objectives to be reached, and take it from there. Often you'll find that your students have by now reached a level of confidence where they even let more on, which can turn out to be a mutually fruitful benefit. Changing course may mean for the director of studies changing teachers. For more on teaching, check my book, The Comprehensive Teacher, also an audiobook by Maxine Lennon. Remember, always keep calm and speak English. Nobody will get hurt. All my audiobooks, ebooks and books are for sale on Amazon, Fnac, Kobo, iTunes, and may be listened to or read on most smartphones, tablets and computers. I regularly offer training and coaching sessions and workshops to professionals and individuals. My services include training and coaching for teachers and trainers, in-company training, languages and communication, writers and authors, the media. I also translate from French into Italian and from French into English and back. I train and coach on teaching and training in teaching in English, French, Italian and Spanish. And for further questions and more information, contact me at jesse.cranu@yahoo.fr. That is Jesse, Jesse .cranu, CRAIGNOU @yahoo.fr. I will do my very best to answer new questions and take suggestions. See you in our next podcast.